10 years ago, I came to faith in Jesus, and He changed my life. You know, I say that a lot, and I don't mean that everything was perfect. To be honest, I felt like my life was upside down. My marriage was on the verge of disaster. My wife wanted nothing to do with this relationship with God and this church I was attending, and my business, I was pushing and pushing for financial success, and we were thousands of dollars in debt. And that's where I was when I opened my heart and said, Lord, I trust you, and I give you my life. And so it took time. It took 2 years before my wife opened her heart and surrendered her life to Jesus. Right around that time, we moved to Burlington, and trying to build a business from scratch in Burlington was so difficult. We had run out of savings, our debt. We already had a lot of debt, and that was increasing, and we were behind on bills. I remember driving to my office here and making a presentation for a client's investment portfolio, and that didn't go well, and walking out of that, and my car was repossessed and just hitting rock bottom. I remember walking home that day, 5 kilometers in the sun. What am I going to tell my wife? What does this mean? What are we going to do? And all we had was Jesus. And looking back, I now know He cared more about my heart and my mind than He did the circumstance. That was the moment where Jesus got a hold of my heart. That's where I surrendered my life to Jesus. That's where I gave Him my marriage. That's where I gave Him my finances. And it was really in that season that He did pursue us. He rescued our marriage. We opened up, and God restored our marriage, which I mentioned was on the rocks. I mean, it was in that season that our roots in Christ really deepened, and that's where we really depended on Him. And it really is the richest time. God blessed us with true riches, and it's the foundation for our marriage now. It's the foundation for the family that we have now, for the business that has that withheld the test of time and challenges. And Christ, He's at the center of it all. He gets the glory. It's just amazing that He loves us, and that He loves you, and that today, whatever you're going through, He's pursuing you, and they're not useless failures that we go through. There's purpose, and God's using it as an invitation. Will you open your heart? Will you give it everything? Will you give everything over to me? The Christian life is not that we get this beautiful roadmap and everything is perfect. It's that we get a Father, and we're overwhelmed by His love.